Welcome back to the Boy Time channel. Today, De La Soul, 3 feet high and rising. Wee!
Real time.
Yippee!
Yippee!
I hope it's a yikes.
Me too.
I was kidding.
So close.
I think we're gonna do De La Soul, 3 feet high and rising.
You know, I was kind of hoping you were going to pick that one.
Welcome back. Today we're jumping back into hip hop. I feel like I've been wanting to listen to this album for multiple years, but it finally is on Spotify.
Yeah.
De La Soul, I think, had a lot of issues owning their masters so they could actually make money off of streaming services. So I think they finally have solved that dispute. So everything's
Yes.
up on Spotify now. I think they just re-released a lot of their vinyl records. So they're back in business. But yeah, I've been meaning to listen to this for a long time. We got some 80s hip hop trio from New York. I don't know too much about them individually. I think one of the members just passed away recently. But yeah, they were kind of, I think they were in a collective with a tribe called Quest at some point. So I'm thinking we're going to get some similar New York vibes since they're similar time periods. But I've heard this album is very uplifting. So I'm so down for this.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that Q-Tip is on this. Always a good sign. Yeah, this came out 2 years before Low End Theory.
Yes. And I think
So
Tribe
right
might have
around the
had a
same time.
record before.
Yeah, they did. I've not listened to it.
Me neither. I don't think it's as good as the other ones. So,
Well, yeah.
but yeah, I don't have too much to add. We have 23 tracks, so a lot of them today. We'll probably do multiple two-firsts, just so we're not repeating what our thoughts are too frequently in this video. But
Yes.
alrighty, we can just get started. I think we're gonna do intro and then the magic number.
Perfect.
Intro and the magic number.
I think it's I mean, intro is a skit, which, you know, those have a pretty bad track record on rap albums, I would say. I thought it was fine, but Magic Number was nice. I think it's kind of refreshing to get just a rap song that's just like, hey, we're all friends. And that's kind of awesome. I like that a lot. Um, even in like tribe stuff, it's like, yeah, we're all friends and we're gonna beat you. We're so awesome. We're the best in the world. It's like this is like, nah, we're buddies. We're hanging
chilling.
out. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
No, yeah, that was nice. The intro was cool. I think it takes a lot to make an entertaining skit. I feel like that's a good intro to an album, considering this is just going to be a sample fest and just fun. So I
Yeah.
feel like it sets the tone really well. The magic number I have heard before. I think that was at the end of the Spider-Man movie that I referenced last week.
Oh.
But yeah, really fantastic. I love the sampling. It's got kind of that live instrumentation feel, but you can still tell it's made on a drum machine, which is really cool. It's got that kind of 80s kind of style rapping where it is a little bit more tongue-in-cheek than what you get nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, this is only 5 years removed from something like Illmatic, but still it's wildly different.
Right.
But yeah, I love the positivity in it. It's super fun. I could imagine why this is a nightmare getting cleared for streaming,
Oh, yeah.
because just in this song alone, you have a James Brown sample, Run DMC. What else was in here? Eddie Murphy, Johnny Cash. So, but the sampling is fantastic. I'm hoping they keep that up throughout the record, because I think this was kind of when it started popping off with the samples.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good start. I think we're gonna do the next three. We'll do,
Oh,
because they're all pretty short. We'll do Change and Speak, Cool Breeze on the Rocks, and Can You Keep a Secret?
okay.
Change and Speak, Cool Breeze in the Rocks, and Can You Keep a Secret?
I think Change and Speak is my favorite one so far.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's kind of I just got kind of kicked in the face by Can You Keep a Secret. So I can't really remember why I liked it, but I remember that it was just a lot of fun. It was that was it James Brown again? The
Um,
sounded like
it might
James
have been, yeah.
Brown. Um, so uh, yeah, I really like that. I like the funk kind of sampling they got going there. Um, but I did not really much care for Can You Keep a Secret? Um, yeah, it was just I don't think that needed to be there, honestly.
I can already kind of see this record just being like a blank slate and just goes every which direction, which I'm down with. I feel like with this kind of style where like I mean the beats are fantastic, but they are on a drum machine, they're looped. It's that kind of thing. So you kind of there's no magic here. The magic's going to
Mhm.
become on where they get these little video audio snippets. But yeah, I'm loving this so far. It's really fun. It's off the wall. This is like incredibly kind of experimental for being so early in the genre.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm enjoying this so far.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do Jennifer Taught Me. Jennifer Taught Me.
That one was pretty fun. Um, yeah, I mean, like, I feel like this is something that you would hear nowadays. Um, like a kind of sex song. I don't feel like you got that a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, especially in the 80s, man. I feel like that would have been a little more taboo than it even would have been in the late 90s. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to this one a whole lot. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
feel like this album's gonna be just that, like an album experience. It's gonna be hard to pick and choose songs out of it individually, just because they are so all over the place, and there's like random skits thrown in the middle of these things. But
yeah,
I love the way that this one kind of reminded me of Tribe, and the way that like the vocals were delivered, and the way that they kind of used that bass and drum on the machine.
mm,
Gave it a really kind of cool, still a little bit complex rhythm. I feel like rhythm is just the biggest thing with this still. Their rapping ability isn't going to be the best, but like they're easy to understand, they're on the rhythm, and it just keeps the song flowing really well. So
hmm,
yeah, I am really enjoying this so far. It's like a perfect summer album. So at least we have our timing right.
for once, yeah.
All right, Ghetto Thing, track 7. Ghetto Thing.
I think that's my favorite song. That one, I mean, I like that you brought up Tribe in the last one because that one is
That's yeah.
Ghetto Thing is the most low end theory we've gotten so far. Um, but that's not a bad thing. I thought that one was really fun. Well, not fun, but it was good song. The lyrics, they're kind of getting away from, at least in this song, getting away from the kind of fun stuff and bringing it kind of back more to reality. Um, yeah, I thought that was pretty G dang good. I liked the kind of social aspect to it. Um, I don't know if I want a whole record like that from these guys, but um,
That's what
you know,
Public Enemy is for. If you want this
that's
kind of
right.
style with that.
Yeah,
Um,
right,
yeah.
right.
No, yeah, this did remind me of Public Enemy and just the way that the rapping is at this period of time while they're still talking about social commentary, and I think it works like extremely well. Sometimes these days it gets a little bit too convoluted and it gets really complex nowadays, but like when you strip it back to its bare bones, no fancy wordplay to hide behind, it's your lyrics that really shine through on these songs. And the
Mhm.
song is absolutely fantastic, starting off with the Mary Had a Little Lamb kind of uh, like analogy at the beginning, and it's just so plainly spoken. But like even just the lines where it's like either Peter, Jane, or John or Joe, but Joe can't shoot a gun. He's always drunk, and Peter's pimping Jane, and John's a punk. Like those lines, that's all you need. You just capture
Yeah.
a whole cycle of violence and poverty in 3 lines. So really fantastic. Borderline masterpiece of a song. This is the stuff I love from like late 80s, early 90s social commentary hip hop. That's why Public Enemy is so, kind of well
They're the
received because they
best.
do it so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, fantastic. Alrighty. We'll do Transmitting Live from Mars and then I Know with Otis Redding. Okay.
Mm.
Transmitting Live from Mars and I Know.
I mean, I really liked I Know.
Mm-hmm.
That one was really fun, bright. That's a perfect summer song. I'm
Mm-hmm.
surprised. Well, I don't know. Did they
It was
were
not
they
on
on
Spotify by
Spotify?
the time we did
Okay.
that. It's like
That
just
would have
happened a
been a
month
good one.
ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would have been a good one for our summer songs video last year, but that's fine. Transmitting live from Mars, French. I don't know. It's fine. I don't know what they were saying. I don't know if it really matters, but I liked the beat on it. I thought it was pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. Um, yeah, I don't know. I know. I, I don't know. Was Otis Redding just like sampled and got credited for
He
that?
must have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, seems like. Yeah, there was Otis Redding samples, Steely Dan samples, and Sly and the Family Stone samples.
Oh,
All kind
okay.
of blended together, which is kind of insane when you think about it because this sounds super cohesive.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing instrumental. Definitely one of the brightest songs I've heard in a while. Love the vibes on that song. The lyrics are also fantastic. It's just super fun. You don't get this a lot in hip hop anymore.
No,
It's
no.
very, very upbeat and bright. I love it. Transmitting Life from Mars was also really cool. I like the use of the French sample with just kind of using the voices as a sound, as a rhythmic tool. Really quirky and off kilter. Again, these are people just experimenting and trying things and seeing what works, and I think it's fantastic because oftentimes I feel like people don't always do that. Now we have people like JPEG Mafia that are pushing that
Mhm.
in the electronic realm where they'll take
Yep.
literally anything they can find and see if it'll work, but this seems like a very root base version of that.
I like
Yeah,
to call this one JPEG.
yeah, exactly. There's no sample of that without De La Soul.
No.
Alrighty, we got a lot of short ones coming up here again. Let's just do Take It Off and a little bit of soap.
Okay.
Take It Off and a little bit of soap.
Um. So was that a Otis Redding sample again and a little bit of soap? Because that sounded like the first thing
No,
Stand By Me.
yeah, it is Stand By Me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
Another one,
I feel
and
like I'm gonna have a nightmare uploading this video because there's like
oh yeah,
13 things that get blocked in here.
we'll have to see if
Yeah,
y'all are even going to be able to hear any of
I
the
hope so.
songs we're listening to. Um, but yeah, I thought that a little bit of soap was fun,
Hmm.
quirked up. You don't get very many stinky commentaries in
True.
hip hop today.
It's like the most like hard hitting insult. I'm surprised it's not used more.
They really should. They really should
Drake could have got back at Pusha T if he's just like, you little stinky Pusha T,
use
need
some
some Old
soap next
Spice.
time. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that both of those were just kind of fun little interlude type things.
Hmm.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, I like how kind of psychedelic this is in a weird way. It's very open into the fact where it's like it gets into jazz, where there's no real structure to some of this. Like you have a song where it's literally just this "take it off" mantra, constantly, which is really interesting because like I do love the subject matter of like take off all these fancy clothes and all these things and get back to what the actual thing about hip hop is and not all these fancy things and jewelry and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is cool because then Kendrick took it all the way last year and pretty much used this song as the basis of M95. I'm confident in that, with that whole "Take It Off" thing that he did, because he's talking about the same thing too. So I just thought it was really
Hmm.
interesting of all the different influences we're catching here as we do this too. Yeah, a little bit of soap was really fun. It's rare hearing like a sample that you can clearly like pin and like, oh, that's that song. Usually we
Yeah.
don't get that nowadays because copyright has gone so crazy now where it's like kind of hard to use popular songs in your samples. But yeah, fantastic.
Hmm.
Alrighty. We'll do Treadwater by itself. Treadwater.
I thought that one was pretty good. I liked it. Um, I guess kind of fables, maybe.
Yeah.
Um, don't see that very often. Uh, but I mean, I kind of liked the message. Just chill out, I guess. So that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's really interesting where it's like kind of storybookish again, but like not
Yeah.
in an overly like childish way. But yeah, with just like the different animals and like the message of being like, okay, if you don't do anything, you're not gonna at least make it better for yourself or for your community, or at least try. So I kind of like that message throughout it. But yeah, still super positive. The beat on this is amazing. I loved how they kind of dropped it out and like the last verse and just had that drum kind of carry it with the verse. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, the beats are so good. They can pretty much do anything on these songs, and like that's it. That's all
Hmm.
you need. But the writing on the song is pretty fantastic too. So
Yeah.
big fan. All right, Potholes in My Lawn, track 13. Potholes in My Lawn.
That one was pretty fun. I liked that one. Always a fan of when someone utilizes yodeling.
True.
I don't think I've ever heard that a hip hop song. So I guess points go to De La Soul for that one. The lyrics about like someone stealing his lyrics or something. Um, Interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I'm guessing the
Um,
pothole is a analogy for people who are not in it in the rap game. That'd be my
mm,
guess.
that would make sense. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty fun. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, the yodeling was fun. I love the piano at the end. The beat here again is fantastic. I love the chorus in this one too. I feel like it's just a super sticky, like the potholes in my lawn line is just gonna kind of be in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, super good flow of the song. Love it. Kind of talking about kind of like the typical like I'm better than these rappers, but done in a really creative way to the point where it's like you kind of have to read into it, otherwise you're not going to know that's what the song's about.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty good.
Hmm.
Say No Go, track 14. Say No Go.
That one was very fun too. I think that might be one of my favorite beats on the record. It's a whole lot of fun. I love the bass going. Um, I like the sample chorus. I don't know what that's sampling. It sounds so familiar,
Um,
but
I'm not sure.
I feel like every single sample on this song was very familiar. Like there was right before the last "Say No Go," like there was an instrumental break and there was some horns. I'm like that. I know that. I know that
Mm.
from something. Um, but yeah, I thought that this one was pretty fun.
Oh, I
Is
think
this
it
like
might be a Hall & Oates actually. There's a Sly Stone sample, a Hall & Oates sample.
oh
There's a lot of samples in this song.
yeah,
I'm not
I
sure.
bet. Is this is all just drug stuff? That's
Hmm.
what it kind of seems like.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I thought that the first line was great, or like the baby is brought into a world of pits, And if it could have talked that soon in the delivery room, it would have asked the nurse for a hit. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's good. That's a good start to
Mm-hmm.
a song. Um, yeah, that was really strong.
Yeah, this is like a really interesting timepiece of a song because this is '89 during the epidemic. That's the word. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, it's really interesting because they are on this like say no to drugs wave. It reads across as really innocent considering what we know now with the CIA selling drugs to gangs to sell in inner city neighborhoods to fund the Iran Contra affair,
Yeah.
which is a far fetch from what this song is. It's just very interesting to kind of hear the perspective of people living in that area during the time and like how much information was not really out about it. So when he's like saying the line about like Nancy Reagan, where he's like, I don't really like Nancy Reagan, but I get the anti-drug sentiment when they were actively selling drugs to these communities, is just kind of like terrifying to think about. But the song
Yeah.
sounded great. It was like two steps away from a Dare song from the 2000s, but it was done really well, so I can't get too mad at it.
Yeah, no, it was just a
Mhm.
good song. But yeah, definitely a little bit
It's a little eerie,
ooh,
yeah.
yeah, in
Not to any of their
retrospect.
fault of their own, of course.
No, no, no,
It's
no.
just kind of scary,
Yeah.
but really good song. I love that one.
Mhm.
All right, Do As De La Does, track 15. Do As De La Does and Plug Tuning.
Do As Dela Does was fine. I liked the funny Italian accent at the
True.
end. Always funny. Plug Tune In. That one was pretty good. I don't think that one is like at the top for me, but I enjoyed it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I like Do As De La Does. It's not like a song I'm going to return to a whole lot, but it reminded me a lot of like Two Live Crew, which I think was around at the same time, down in like Deep South, so like heavy bass kind of call and response. So it reminded me a lot of that style, which was really cool. Plug Tuning was cool. Apparently, this is like a remix of like their first demo.
Mm,
So that's kind of interesting to like take it all the way back to like their first song and kind of revamp it. I thought the beat was
yeah.
really nice. I love the kind of horns with those kind of like light harp strings or whatever was going on there. The beats are just so like enticing across this whole record. I didn't pick up on too much lyrical things in this track, but I felt like the flows were really nice and the chorus was very nice too. So very good.
Yeah.
All right. We will do De La Orgy and Buddy. De La Orgy and Buddy.
I don't think I have anything to say about De La Orgy. But buddy, I thought that one was kind of fun. Um, I mean, it kind of reminded me of like something like a Wu Tang or something, and that
Mhm.
there's just like so many voices going on. Everyone's just kind of writing off of the same beat, and it's kind of fun getting all of these different flows and writing styles all going at the same time. I thought it was really funny that Q-Tip had to introduce himself.
Yes, that is interesting.
um, but no, yeah, I thought that Buddy was really fun. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I feel like De La Orgy is the only point on the record where they just do not show restraint where they should. I feel like their zaniness works on the whole album, except for that. That goes a little bit too far, especially when Buddy does that so much better than that skit would ever do.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buddy was really good. I love this kind of posse cut cipher kind of play on it. Something that kind of became popular with Wu Tang. But I just love those kind of songs where it is just like, here's the beat, pass the mic around in a circle, everybody gets a turn or two. I
Yeah.
love that kind of thing. It all just feels, the energy in the room is great. The vibes feel fantastic on this song. And hearing Q-Tip on this production was really nice, actually.
Yes.
It blends very well with his voice. I don't know too much about the Jungle Brothers. I haven't heard a
Mhm.
lot of their music. I know they're definitely foundational in the kind of New York hip hop scene early on, but I think they're all part of the same collective.
Hmm.
Yeah, Native Tongues Collective. So Tribe, Jungle Brothers, and De La Soul. So
Oh,
it's all
okay.
connected. But
Interesting.
very good. I love that one. All right, we will do Description and Me, Myself, and I.
Contestant number 4, do you have the answers?
It's on the tip of my tongue. I can just get.
Me, Myself, and I, and Description.
I thought that both of those were pretty fun. Myself and I, some weird. I don't even know what you would call that. Is that disco-esque? Whatever
Yeah,
that little
it's a funkadelic
synth
sample, so it must have been some
Oh,
kind
okay.
of crazy
Gotcha.
stuff that they were doing.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Description thought was pretty good. Yeah, I like. It's so weird hearing Q-Tip. Like he's been on the last 3 songs, I guess, technically, even though he's on like one line on Me, Myself, and I. But yeah, I don't know. It's fun getting like a lot more voices in here. That's what Description. There was like female voices. Haven't gotten any of those yet. Thought that was pretty cool. I don't know. I'm just having a good time, man.
Yeah, it's surprising with an album with this many tracks where I'm still very invested and interested. I feel like as a kind of album where it is multiple members, this does a fantastic job of displaying every member, and it's not like one person is the standout,
Yeah.
which is always pretty hard to balance. But yeah, really great. Description was funny that they just did limericks for all their verses. That was cool. I've never seen that done before. It's like write a haiku for your verse, and that's it.
Yeah.
But that was cool. I like that. Me, Myself, and I was great. I love the kind of funkadelic chorus in there. I feel like funkadelic and in this group are like very intertwined when it comes to just doing whatever they want. It's off the wall. It's crazy. It sounds fantastic, but it's also like kind of funny.
Yeah.
So really great. Just an infectious bass line in the groove on this one's crazy. So
Yeah.
the range on this album is crazy. Alrighty. Got 3 left.
All right.
We'll do This Is a Recording for Living in a Full-Time Era or Life. This is a recording for living in a full-time era or life.
I like that one quite a bit. Yeah, I think I'm fully in it now. So it's kind of hard to differentiate just because we've gotten so many songs here. But yeah, I mean, like, it's still a good time and I'm still enjoying myself. But I think at this point my eyes are kind of glazed over. But I don't know. It's really fun. I like that one quite a bit. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's still fun, still good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the beat on that one. I feel like that was very dimensional. I feel like a lot of the other beats are like, this is a drum machine. It's obvious it's a drum machine. Here's the samples that are going into it. It's still really great. But this song has like those keys underneath that had that really cool kind of synth line that kind of popped in halfway through the verses. Just added a really cool element to it. So yeah, I'm kind of the same. I don't have like a whole lot to add anymore just because there's so many songs in this record. I feel like we'd be repeating ourselves, but I still really enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Right. I guess we'll close her out with I Can Do Anything and Daisy Age.
All right.
I Can Do Anything and Daisy Age. And the record again.
And the record, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of Daisy Age. Thought that the beat was kind of clunky. It was kind of hard to groove to, which is really what I'm looking for when it comes to this type of hip hop. And really, I guess the rest of this record has been so groovy and fun. Didn't really get that in the last song. But talking about the record as a whole, thought it was pretty dang good, relatively consistent, I would say. Some of the skits didn't need to be there. Some of the songs maybe didn't need to be there. like Can You Keep a Secret? Not a fan of that one. But I think on the whole, it's pretty G dang great. I can see why it is so highly talked about. It has a reputation of being fantastic. Um, so yeah, I totally see it. It's a great time to kind of chill out and groove to. Definitely, as you said early on, definitely an album experience. But yeah, I don't know. Pretty
Yeah.
dang good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Daisy Age I thought was a really good closer, actually. I love those kind of chunky drum kit, like very simple production loops. I don't know why. Just something where it's like, it's super different. It kind of brings you back down to earth after all the crazy sampling and stuff on this record. So I kind of like that as a kind of calm down as the record ends here. As a whole, I think this was is fantastic. Definitely an album experience. You could take a couple tracks out of here and, do them by their own, like Me, Myself, and I, and Potholes in My Lawn and stuff like that. But I think it's best enjoyed through the whole thing. I don't know if I have favorite tracks off the jump right away. I do remember Change and Speak, Ghetto Thing, Treadwater, Potholes, Plug Tune In being pretty highly rated for me. Yeah, really fantastic. Definitely glad I'm able to listen to this finally.
Yes.
I think it was available before Spotify. It just like was not easy enough to find where I was like, okay, I'll listen to it now.
I think I remember seeing it as a vinyl
Yes.
at some point,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I don't know. I've
Yeah.
not listened to
Those
this
might
in
have been
like a
hard to
while.
come by too, because now they're restocks. Now you can find them. But
Oh, good.
yeah, really fantastic. I'm super happy with my pick on this one.
As you should be. Always.
Always. You never know. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I want to listen to this, and it just sucks.
Has that ever happened?
I don't know.
It will.
I'd have to look.
It's probably happened at some point. But speaking of bad picks, let's spin a wheel for me.
Let's go.
All right. Wheel time.
I hope it's a yikes.
Me too.
Darn.
Rats. Alright, we got our good. Alright, my picks. Let's see, what do we got here? We got a lot of good stuff on here.
We have the same Nick Drake album on both of ours.
That's fine. I think we both really, really want to listen to it.
Yeah, we both do.
But I'm not going to pick it.
Dun dun.
I think I'm going to pick, and, technically we have already reacted to one of the songs very recently, but I think I'll do Random Access Memories by
yes.
Daft Punk.
Yes, we might have to bring in Babji up for that one. For some
Yes.
color commentary. All right. Join us next time for possibly Random Access Memories, maybe a Best Songs video. Who knows? We'll see what we're feeling. But we'll have that up next. So we got classic after classic on the channel now. So stay tuned for that. You can recommend things if you want. Our wheel is very big, and we're not really doing the viewer requests for a while yet since we just got done with a big marathon. But you can leave them in the comments. We might put them on our personal wheel. I know we've done that with quite a few of these actually.
That is true.
So there's always a chance. But that's it. We got a podcast and a Twitter if you want to hear us talk or type things. Sayonara.